April 18, 1942. American B-25 bombers were being launched from the flight deck of a mobile airfield at sea for the first time. The place was the Pacific, 800 miles from Tokyo. Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle was leading a strike force of 16 bombers into Japan. The outcome of this raid eventually caused the construction of the attack aircraft carrier USS Shangri-La. For the security of the fleet, President Franklin D. Roosevelt told newsmen that the bombers from the Doolittle raid had come from a secret base in Shangri-La, the fictional land from James Hilton's novel, Lost Horizon. The raid was actually launched from the USS Hornet, which was later lost at the Battle of Santa Cruz. Inspired by that loss, the U.S. Treasury Department held a special fund drive to raise money for a new aircraft carrier, to be named Shangri-La in honor of that raid. As always, Americans responded and bought over $900 million worth of war bonds. From those funds, America created Shangri-La. Only 3 years from Doolittle's raid, Shangri-La saw her first action of the war. Over the next 5 months, Carrier Air Group 85 aboard Shangri-La destroyed 184 enemy aircraft, damaging an additional 204, sunk 22 enemy ships, and damaged 65 others. In the first year, Shangri-La steamed over 74,700 miles and logged 14,247 landings on her flight deck. Between November 1947 and January 1955, Shangri-La underwent a $7 million modernization. Now a modern warship, she patrolled the Pacific with distinction until a strategic situation brought her to the Caribbean. In 1960, Shangri-La reported to the 6th Fleet Battle Group. Patrolling the Mediterranean was to be her main deployment throughout the 60s. The Med Cruise. An Essex-class carrier, Shangri-La was 888 feet long and over 147 feet wide. Displacing 27,100 tons, Shangri-La was capable of carrying 3,448 men and over 80 aircraft at speeds over 30 knots. The destroyer USS Blandy, alongside for a ship-to-ship personnel transfer. Heavy seas are rarely a problem for aircraft carriers. But for smaller ships like the destroyer USS Law, heavy seas create challenging working and living conditions. Here, the USS Waller takes on fuel from Shangri-La in heavy seas. Even a ship whose deck is 60 feet above the water is no match for the sea. A Forrestal-class carrier, the USS Independence, is 1,046 feet long, over 150 feet longer than the Shangri-La, 249 feet wide, and displaced over 56,000 tons. USS Hawkins and the USS Lawrence take on supplies from a cargo ship, while mail is delivered by air. An Italian Navy patrol boat. In a game of Cold War cat and mouse, a Russian guided missile destroyer comes too close for comfort. Captain Robert Coogan took command of Shangri-La in September of 1967. Captain Frederick Carmont joined Shangri-La as operations officer, then was promoted to executive officer. Commander James Roberts assumed duties as executive officer of Shangri-La in January of 1968. This city of over 3,000 operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Resupplying at sea operations enables the fleet to continue to carry out a mission unaffected by land-based conditions. This supply of fresh food provided by the refrigerated cargo ship USS Alstede. Sixth Fleet ports of call included Malta, Italy, Spain, Crete, Greece, Turkey, and France. A-4 Skyhawk was created to provide the Navy with a small, lightweight attack aircraft, strong enough for catapult launch and carrier landings. Despite its size, the A-4 had devastating strike capabilities. The F-8 Crusader was one of the first truly supersonic carrier-based fighter aircraft. It had a significant operational history as a dogfighter, strike aircraft, and reconnaissance platform. The H-2 Sea Sprite's primary mission was anti-submarine, anti-surface warfare. With over-the-horizon targeting, the H-2 significantly increased the battle group's warning and weapons capabilities. In the fall of 1967, Air Wing 8 deployed to the Mediterranean aboard Shangri-La. Commanded by Commander John Dixon, flying the modified F-8, called the RF-8 Photo Recon, Light Photographic Squadron 63 supported the battle group with photographic intelligence. The Green Lizards, Attack Squadron 95, joins Carrier Air Wing 8 for this cruise, bringing with them an esteemed record in naval aviation. An important part of Air Wing 8 is Attack Squadron 81. Consisting of 20 officers and 140 enlisted men, they fly and maintain 14 A-4C Skyhawks. The squadron motto, anytime, any place. Fighter Squadron 13 operates the Mach 1.8 F-8C Crusader. Fighting 13's primary mission, to achieve and maintain air superiority over the battle group. Attack Squadron 83 is equipped and trained to conduct air-to-surface attack operations with conventional and special weapons. Fighter Squadron 62's mission was to intercept and destroy enemy aircraft in all weather conditions. They were also trained for air-to-surface attacks with conventional weapons.
Roger, ball.
fuel supply ship USS Nantahala in refueling operations with the Shangri-La.
We just stand there smiling.
The guided missile destroyer USS Daniels steams alongside for simultaneous refueling operations. A security perimeter is always maintained around, over, and under an aircraft carrier by the other members of the battle group.
Every dollar in that jukebox buys a memory or two. Memories of younger days when everything was new. How the days go by so slowly, and the years go by too fast. But memories in a song will always last. There'll be another song, one you can't forget, that takes you to another time and place. As sure as you can bet, that favorite melody will come along in the middle of your day. One thing you can count on, there'll always be a song. Now a song can say I love you when those words seem hard to say. Can turn a tear back to a smile in the middle of your day, and always be there like an old friend who'll never let you down. Who knows when that song will come around? There'll be another song just like all the rest, takes you to another time and place. It leaves you in the past. Favorite melodies that come along in the middle of your day. One thing you can count on, there'll be another song. Another song to sing in any time or key. Still remember every line of two-part harmony. Favorite melodies that come along in the middle of your day. One thing you can count on, there'll always be a song. One thing you can count on, there'll be another song.